It's raining. It's pouring. It's raining. It's pouring. The old man is snoring. Hey, top of the morning, Alan. It's a beautiful rainy day right here. Beautiful rainy morning. Hey, top of the morning, RT. True Sarah. Top of the morning. Uh, yeah, it's not bad. You know, I ain't been recycling like that, so my sleep, I kind of shifted my sleep patterns and shit, and they're fucking, they're taking advantage of that shit. Oh man, right now nothing much, nothing new yet, or a whole bunch of new shit. Just ain't discovered it. Hey, top of the morning, Lisa. Hopefully everybody's doing good, considering the bullshit. Hey, it's crazy every time. Every time somebody asks about excuse me, yes, it's legitimate. Every time somebody asks about tape recorded mouth, that motherfucker pops up within a week. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Oh shit. Spoke to Awakened World last night on Messenger for 2 hours last night. Oh yeah, hopefully she's doing all right, man. That's cool. Like that's definitely cool. That should be like some in-home care, some type of in-home care or some shit. Like these people, man. For that girl loves to chat. Nappy, your laugh always puts a smile on my face. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. It's good for something. Yepers raining in Ventura. It's raining in Ventura too. Nice morning blunt. Yes, it's beautiful, man. The rain is beautiful. You just gotta forget that shit's almost like acid rain, but beautiful. Like this is perfect. Like anything colder than this, like when your fingertips get all fucking numb and feel like they're gonna fall off, that's too much. But this like right here is perfect. Oh, so just so for everybody to know, like when I be in the middle of answering your questions and shit, and and the live cuts off or it goes blank, like that's not me, that's them. And you know, like I be trying to you know, get back on, but they bounce me off, and they won't let me start a new live. Like after, like I'll try and get on the live that they just bounced me off of, and they won't let me get back on it. Then I'll try and start another one, and for some reason, like when they bounce me off, it's like a couple hours before I could do another live. Probably lesser, but you know, 2 hours is probably like the longest I waited to see if you know, they would let me get back on. You know, after being bounced off so many times. So that's just a little FYI. Let me see. Every now and then I feel like I'm battery being drained, no energy. Yeah, it gets like that sometimes, bro. But you gotta force yourself. Once you force yourself, you'll get that second win. I know I be feeling like that. Like I don't know if it's the weapons, the energy weapons and shit, or whatever. But I be feeling like that sometimes. Like especially like when like 6 o'clock comes around, I be all like, you know, like not drugs drowsy, but like drowsy, super drowsy. The drowsy type to where like you know you gotta get up, but your body just won't do it. Fucking like, but you know once you push yourself, you get that second win, and you be all right from that point on. You just gotta get your shit started. Your alternator, your alternator, our alternator be going dead on us sometimes. Sometimes we gotta fucking, you know, we gotta jumpstart our bodies and shit. After that, everything will be all right. Nappy, do you feel safe when you're sleeping? Honestly, I mean, not completely. I mean, there's always a chance. Like I sleep in the front. I sleep in the front and shit. Just like, you know, I used to sleep in the back, but fucking, you know, they be creeping around the van too much and shit. That you know, if I hear something, I could just look out the rearview mirror or the, you know, the side mirrors and shit and see if anybody's by the van. So you know, when I'm asleep up in the front, like I know they probably come take pictures of me and all types of fucking weird shit. So you know, I'm definitely accessible. So I mean, there's always a level of discomfort, but you know, I gotta sleep. So gotta get sleep in. Don't sleep, you go fucking crazy. And then I got a little bit of reaction time anyways, unless they're shooting through the fucking window. If they shoot through the window, then of course. But if they're busting the window, I got enough time to fucking get up and fucking get out the way and do some type of little defend myself a little bit. So there's nothing to really worry about. Nice to see you. Many people live here. Hey, likewise, Centra, making me a martyr. Hey, top of the morning, making me a martyr. God bless. I hope you have something to keep you safe at all times. Yeah, I mean, I have some level of security. Maybe not the best, or some level of protection, but we work with what we got. Actually, I'm not really like, when it comes to that, like, I'm really not worried because I'm pretty sure God has some, you know, form of protection, some type of shield over me. It's been too many times in life that have been like close calls and shit, so I'm still here. Not to be fucking saying that I can't be touched or anything, but you know, I, I'm pretty sure God has a reason for me to be here. Something to, okay. Absolutely, God will protect us from the, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Shit, we made it this far, you guys. Against millions, well, I won't say millions, but against thousands of fucking demons. Old demons, young demons, middle-aged demons. You fucking name it. Just don't put a fork in the power socket again. How the hell? Whoa. Just don't put a fork in the power socket again. Where you get that from, Alan? That's crazy. I might have told you guys that shit though. You told us. You told us. It made me laugh. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was long. I was a kid though. I was a kid. Like I was like 8 years old. No more. No more forks in the socket. I prefer tasers. Got nailed with 14 projectile. Oh shit. Lord have mercy. I never been hit with no stun gun or no taser, but I can imagine, man, that should be. I seen this YouTube video. The cops, the cops were fucking. A cop had died. I believe he died, or he got like seriously, fucked up. But the police were doing it on each other and shit to see, like they were seeing who could fucking withstand the voltage or what have you. And they were shocking the shit out of each other. Crazy. The way people be tensing up though, that shit looks like that shit. Fuck that. It made me, yeah. Give give the pigeon some hell nah. You throw a piece of bread to that motherfucker, you'll see about 50,000 of them motherfuckers. There's two of them right now. The rest of them are somewhere in the cuts. Once they see something fall down, you gonna see a bunch of fucking pigeons, fucking seagulls, maybe a few crows. All getting along. All getting along. Except the seagulls. The seagulls be trying to bully them and shit. It was a trip. My hands were up. Yeah, they don't care about that shit. Especially like if you're running from them. If you run from them motherfuckers, you can. You better have a good chance of getting away because if they don't shoot you, when they catch up to you, they gonna beat the shit out of you. I mean, unless you might have some fucking like by the book or motherfuckers that don't trip. But usually, if they gotta chase you and they got all that shit around their waist and shit, them buckles and shit, them fucking batons and I don't think you should. If you run away from the police and they catch you with all that shit on them, then you probably shouldn't be committing crimes or running away from the police. But like when they do catch up to you, man, you could be down. You could fucking like they could be gaining fucking distance on you and shit, or catching up to you, and you just be like, fuck it, you're too tired to run anymore, and you lay down and fucking put your hands behind your back before they get to you, they're still gonna fuck you up. Still gonna fuck you up. As a matter, as a matter of fact, I think I uploaded it. I saw a video on Venmo. I think it was Venmo or some shit like that. But the police were fucking. They were in a high speed with this dude, and this dude fucking. It was the freeway, I believe, and like he ran off the freeway, but it was like a grassy hill, and he flipped over and flew out the window. It's not funny that he flew out the window and shit. But as soon as like he flew out the window, he was all fucked up. Like he was immobilized. Like he was like out of it. And they fucking as soon as they got to him, like they started beating his ass. Like they didn't pay attention to see if he had any broken bones, see if he was all cut up or nothing, because he flew out the window. You feel me? They just hopped on top of him and started beating the shit out of him. It's not good. They are using weird music in the grocery store, almost passed out. The music is like music at a VA, some type of mind control music that induces panic attacks, almost fainted, had to run outside. Yeah, if they're doing that to you biblically, next time you go into I believe I saw your comment and you were speaking about that. Like the best thing I would say is just put on some earphones and put some music that that you listen to, the type of music you listen to, and just turn that shit up, and then it should bleed out some of that bullshit. I know what you're talking about though. Like sometimes I used to go into the store and like I would think that they were putting on music just for fucking me. Like, and I don't know if it was my senses being enhanced from fucking, you know, the sense of the sense the sensitizing. Like I don't know if my senses became enhanced, and I'm just listening to everything that everybody's saying and shit, like every word for word and shit that I normally wouldn't just pay attention to, just listen to the song. But I used to think they were putting on shit just for me when I got in that motherfucker. In front of me, I'm not sure. I mean, I know. I mean, of course it's a truck, but that guy got some stuff. I mean, he got stuff on top of his car. And this is pretty much like a commercial. It's a lot of mechanic. It's all warehouses, but like mechanics and shit. He buildings like that. All that shit. All mechanic shops and shit like that. And then over there more, like further over there, is like some trailer park homes, and then more some technology, where they make technology shit, and then another mechanic. This is where they like right up the street is where they, um, you know, so-called repaired my van. Really, I had to go to Sacramento to get it really repaired because they fucked it up. They mob you at Seaside for chips. Yeah. The Seagulls. When I was in Oakland, they had me back in the like this is when I first my very first time, the halfway houses used to be like before they started putting all the child molesters in there and shit. Like if you were low, excuse me, it's legitimate. If you were like low level crime and shit, um, like level one, then you would like you could do a percentage of your time, and then they would let you go to a halfway house, and you got to get a job. Like you get a job within a certain time that you get to the halfway house, or you go back and you do your prison time. Or like if you get in trouble, you'll go back and do the rest of your prison time out. But I had went to the halfway house and shit, and I got a job working in there was this park. I forget the name of the park, but it's like right downtown. Um, they throw a lot of events. They throw a lot of events there. I forget the name of it though. But like the restaurant people, like they would put a lot. They would feed the ducks dog food. It's fucked up. And I'm not. It's fucked up. But they would feed them dog food, and the ducks would be heavy. Like so, I would be out there. Like I would be cleaning up shit, picking up papers and shit. Like with my little cart and my my little broom and shit. And they'd be feeding them. All the ducks would be up there. All the ducks, like they have a whole fucking bunch of ducks, like eating dog food and shit. And fucking like they have a big bag, like a big fucking a big black like a heavy duty fucking a bag, garbage bag, and they fucking just go and scoop the ducks up and throw them in the bag and shit. And the ducks would be trying to get away, but the dog food would be like so heavy in them and shit, like they could barely even like wobble and shit. Like it was crazy. Like I was like, damn, that's hella crazy. Like that's hella crazy, man. Like they're fucking kidnapping ducks in broad daylight, and it wasn't really nobody like it's in like a business type of area, so like not too many people be there and shit, but like, you got a few homeless people and you got fucking joggers and shit, like joggers and shit be going through there in the daytime. But it was crazy, like the ducks were trying to get away and shit. It was like, fuck, man, that's fucked up. And common sense said that there had to be a restaurant, like restaurants doing that shit. Because it's a lot of Asian restaurants out there. It's fucked up. It be hella little baby ducks out there and shit. Like you don't know if you taking one of their mamas or they mom. Now I know exactly why only certain stores are open. Why is that biblically? I think I think it's certain like certain people that are in those clubs, secret society clubs and shit. Like I think their businesses are the ones that prosper and shit. Everybody else is going down the drain. Everybody else is shit. I know motherfuckers is at home right now like, damn, man. Like I'm missing like so much fucking money today. Not to mention all the other days. Like people are just getting ready for their businesses to fail. That's a fucked up feeling. Not that I've ever had a business or anything like that, but I can kind of catch on to the feeling. Police out here getting paid like fat rats to do nothing, patrol the streets with nobody on them and shit. And anybody that are on them, it's bully time because there are about as many fucking police on the streets as Lord knows. Price Family Dollar is normal. Price Chopper is where people with Family Dollar is normal. Yeah, a lot of liquor stores are normal too. Like That's why I'm like, if anybody like all those long lines and shit there, but I understand people want groceries and shit, but there's no way in the world I'm finna stand in no fucking line like that. They be having concert lines at the grocery store, taking in like 6 people at a time and shit. 1,000 people in the line and they're taking in 6 fucking people. Fuck that. Won't be eating healthy today. I'm going. Fuck that. Price Chopper is where people would pass out in the floor. Huh? When you were in foster homes when you were younger, did any of the other kids seem to be targeted? Nah, I mean, I can't even remember me being targeted. Like, I don't, as far as anything, like, I remember, two instances I remember, and it happened when I was at the same fucking foster home. The same best foster home I've been in. The best fucking foster home. In Milpitas. Um, like the mom, the foster mom, she used to raise like birds and parrots and shit, and all types of like birds, like parakeets, like hella exotic birds, and she used to sell them in the newspaper and shit. You and anyways, um, I remember going on my way to school one day, like, and I remember like it was like within that week, we had just fucking had a cop come to our fucking class. And this, I was in like maybe like maybe the fourth grade, I believe. I think either fourth or fifth grade. But we had just fucking had a cop come to our fucking school, and he was telling us, like shit like if kidnappers get you, like step on their foot and like now that I'm an adult, I don't see how that shit would work, but that was like step on their foot and bite them on the arm and all this shit. But as a kid, you think that shit really works, and well, it might in some cases, depending on the person that's trying to nap you, but yeah. Anyways, I was walking to school one day and, and this dude had his trunk open. And the school is like right around the corner from the foster home. So I'm like halfway I'm like halfway to school and then I'm halfway from the foster home, and the dude was like, hey, can you help me get this out of my trunk? And like something just clicked into where I thought of it, like everything dude was talking about and fucking clicked in and shit. And but I was stuck, like at first I was stuck like a deer, like a, what did they say, a deer in the headlights, because like dude was in his trunk. He looked over at me and he was like, hey, can you help me? I stopped, like I was stopped, like I froze, but like everything the fucking cop had said fucking came back to me, and I was like, I shook my head and I turned around and I started running back to the foster home, hella fast. Like I was running so fast, like it felt like I was going nowhere. Like it literally felt like I was going nowhere, and I wasn't looking behind me and shit because I thought. I thought if I looked behind me and shit, like he was gonna catch me and shit. I just kept running. I kept running, and like by the time I got to the foster house, like I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do shit. Like I was fucking like I thought I was gonna die. Like I was like heaving, like my throat was burning and shit. Like I was scared as fuck. My heart was beating like a motherfucker. And then another time, um, while I was at school and shit, I was at school and like two detectives pulled me out of class and they tried to fucking give me that, like they literally tried to lure me into saying like, the foster dad was beating us and you know molesting us and shit. Like, you know, they were trying to say he was molesting the girls and asking me like if shit like did he touch you and shit. And that dude wasn't doing none of that shit. But they tried that, like they literally fucking tried to coach me into fucking they coached me into saying that they tried to coach me into saying that shit. And they told me, that was like, and I regret kind of not telling them and shit. But they were telling me like, don't tell them we came, don't tell them we came, because they can get in trouble, and then you'll have to go back to the, you'll have to go back to the receiving home and shit. Like they lit like, and that was a foster home that held like it was pretty big. It was a lot of kids in there, like so. It ain't no telling who else they pulled out of class and fucking scared them and coached them into that shit. Like it was fucked up. So I know like that might not have nothing to do with targeting or whatever, but that's some shit I be thinking about all the time too. Like maybe like somebody was targeted, or like maybe they were trying to push some type of, because dude was in the military too. Like the dad was in the military and shit. He used to try and teach us karate, like, or he taught a lot of the kids karate that wanted to learn. But and I wanted to learn hella bad. At one point, I thought I wanted to learn. I did want to learn. I just didn't have the fucking. He wasn't the type of dude that would be like, okay, you asked me to do this for you, now you gotta stick with it. Like, he let us, if we wanted to quit, he let us quit. And I was, after a couple fucking stances, fucking, what was it? The fucking horse stance and fucking praying mantis stance for like 5 minutes and shit. Or like he used to make us do that shit. I was like, I'm cool. I'm alright. Yo, it makes me laugh when you laugh and then say it's not funny. Nah, it's not. It's. I know what you mean though. I know what you mean, but it's not funny the action taking place, but it's funny that the people would think like the people would be as bold as to like it's like how like who would do something like that, and like you gotta be a bold motherfucker. Like the police pull up on you and you're feeding that shit to ducks, and they catch you throwing that shit in a bag. Like, like it's not funny that they're doing the ducks this way, but it would be funny to see like the reaction of the people. It's like a two-way street almost. It looks like the Grim Reaper. What, on top of the car? I will never step foot in that store ever again. Yeah, that's your best bet. Especially if they know you go there already. Like, they could probably they know where you're going. Like as soon as you leave your fucking driveway, you know, they know where you're going, and not necessarily because they're using some fucking. Not saying I know there's machines that can read your mind, but you know, we're fucking. First of all, we're targets. So a lot of the shit we do is, you know, it's how do you say? Like there, it's predictable what we do. Like how did that say? Creatures of habit, and that's normal people or creatures of habit. But like, and we're normal, but like we're TIs too. Like everything we do is recorded. You know, so they got an extra pinpoint. Then we talk about shit. You might think you know, you might be speaking out loud like, oh shit, I gotta go to, you know, what store? We'll just say, oh shit, I gotta go to Safeway real quick. You know, you got your fucking device listening to you. You got fucking whatever else. I don't know what type of technology you have in your house, but you know, it's a lot of shit that listens to us and shit. And you know, subconsciously, you're not even thinking like, oh shit, like these motherfuckers is listening to me. Like I should have, you know, thought about that shit in my head, or I shouldn't have even said it. I should have just went. Like you forget even saying it probably. You know, forget even saying that shit. It's crazy how we gotta be aware of like every fucking little thing, every fucking little thing. I was petrified thinking about what would happen if I collapsed in a. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you should just keep you know. And now you know we're on this live and everything, and you know they tap in, and if they don't, which definitely, if not anything else, there's at least one fucking perp police officer. Like whenever you get on this stream, you can always guarantee one of the two is on here, if not both. So you know, and they relay messages and shit, man. So you know, I would just keep some earphones, cause you just said that you weren't, you know, never stepping foot in that store again. So wherever you go, man, just keep some fucking headphones with you. I don't know if your phone or you got some type of CD player or whatever, but keep something with you to where you know you can listen to music and just tune everybody. That helps with the targeting too, cause you don't listen to what everybody's saying and shit. They be, you know, when you walk in there and shit, you know, they be hitting you from all directions and shit. The perks be in there hitting you, especially with that fucking conversation bullshit. especially with that fucking especially with that fucking, you know, directed fucking conversation and shit. You know, you throw some earphones on, that throws you in a whole different zone, you feel me? You don't even pay attention. It's like, it's almost like freedom, you know? Try and keep them out your visual. Other than that, it's almost like freedom and shit. It's like you're bliss to everything they're doing. Oblivious. I said bliss, oblivious to everything they're doing. Um, yeah, and you know, try and stay in the best health, I would say. Because there's no telling what these motherfuckers. I mean, try and stay in the best health, anyways, because we're TIs, but, you know, it's no telling, like, if anything happens to you, what they'll do, if they'll just let you, go on, or, you know, anything, malpractice on you. Like, what, if the way that, like, because I placate the fucking ambulances a lot, the police a lot, like, I throw up fucking, I throw up the white power, like, I throw my hand in the air like the Nazis and shit, and salute them when they pass by and shit. Like, I do all types of shit like that, so, I don't expect them to, like, they're pretty pissed off. I be calling them Hitler, fucking Nazis, and all types of shit. So, I don't really expect them to fucking help me like that. I've been short of breath, dizzy, and extremely tired, zero energy. It might be that 5G too, man, depending on how close you are to them towers, man. Them towers is giving people flu-like symptoms, man. And, I mean, if you really want to be honest, man, from everything that I've researched, this fucking virus is complete bullshit. I mean, it's out there because they're giving it to people. But as far as they're saying people are, that shit's airborne and you gotta lock down at night. It's been people driving around at night taking video footage of them fucking installing 5G like crazy all over the place. And what they don't, that's all, I think, in my opinion, they just don't want nobody, you know, paying attention to that. And this disease is gonna, or this fucking virus, whoever they give it to. And, I believe, like, we can give it to each other and all that shit. And it might be airborne if you're in the immediate area. But as far as that shit flying all over the fucking country, and nah, that shit would be dead before it even, got, people would have to be, that basically what they're saying is fucking China. Somebody from China with that shit went to every fucking country. If you think about it, somebody from fucking China who contracted that shit went to every fucking country in the world, or, you know, it just don't make fucking sense. Or not even China, like, it's, I don't know. It just don't make sense. It makes more sense that they're, if that's, why are you giving people curfews and shit? The fuck is that? Like, okay, you can walk around freely in the daytime, but at nighttime you gotta be locked in at 12 o'clock. That shit don't make no fucking sense. Oh, man. But, American, like Mag says, man. Like Mag says, he says, the only reason they're doing this to us is because we're letting them do it to us. They fucking see us fucking putting on the masks, they turn up the volume. First they see that, first they make us, go to the store and buy up all the shit. They gauge everything from what they say. We go to the store, buy up all the shit, they turn it up a little bit more. You gotta wear masks and shit. And now everybody's wearing masks. Okay, we got them. Let's throw the news on. Now you got from 5,000 to 30,000 to 400,000 fucking deaths. Like, that's fucking insane. Like, people are really fucking. like, I mean, just the numbers. When you realistically fucking think about the numbers and shit, like, how do you pop up from 4,000 to 50,000 or 5,000 to 50,000 in a matter of fucking 24 hours, if not just a little bit more? Like, how do you do that? Like, they're throwing people that don't have nothing to do with the fucking vibe. People are dying of fucking heart attacks and and old age, and they're just throwing them on the corona fucking. They're throwing them on the fucking corona list. You know, fucking people's family members are in the hospital and dying of coronavirus. Up, look at the booty bandit. That's the booty bandit. Look at him. He's back. Is he touching his booty? Is he touching his booty? He's doing that same nasty shit. Don't bend over. Don't bend over. Hey, you gotta keep your hand out your butt, man. Nasty motherfucker, man. Gonna come bend over like he's knocking in somebody's car window. I thought he was gonna bend over. That was a new one. There he goes again, though, y'all. Live and direct. He strikes again. The booty bandit strikes again. Up in her breath and oh yeah, I forget what I was saying. The booty bandit caught me, but yeah, try and work on your immune system. All of us, like, because that 5G is, it's gonna fuck a lot of us up. And I believe that 5G is gonna take out a lot of old people, and that's why they're saying that this virus is gonna it's gonna take out a lot of the older people because their bodies aren't gonna be able to fucking tolerate that 5G when they turn it up. So a lot of old people might be dying and shit. So, oh, look we got a terrorist coming up right after his booty bandit comes. Right after his booty bandit comes. I'll be damned. San Jose's finest fucking terrorist unit. Secret pay. The music with the evil frequency has been used on me at the VA since Oregon standoff. Now they're using it in stores. What the fuck? Yeah, man. Well, whatever it is, it's definitely triggering something in you. So, and knowing is half the battle. So, you got one up on them. The man, the VA is so fucking scandalous, man. There should not even be a VA. They're like, the VA, like, it's just like some fucking, if you ask me, they're like fucking black to fucking black op type shit. Black budget type motherfuckers. Like, they still, like, they get all types of donation in for fucking, they get all types of donations in for veterans and shit. But you don't see a lot of veterans with shit. You know, especially like a lot of them out here. It's a lot of veterans out here, a lot of homeless veterans and shit. police treat them like shit. I mean, I know it's illegal to be drunk in public and all that, but like if you're a cop, and I'm not saying let a motherfucker slide all the time and shit, but you should have some type of fuss. I'm saying strictly like if you're a cop that's fucking, because most police have been to the military and all that shit. And a lot of the ones that are fucking cops and they had good families and shit before they went in. Like a lot of people went in that didn't have families and shit. A lot of people put their lives on the line for the country to better themselves and fucking, be able to establish something from nothing that, coming from nothing. And those are the ones that end up, all fucked up on the streets and shit. The ones with the families end up cool. Like they got someone to fall back on and shit. They can, get a job. Like they got all that. When you come back out here, like they don't do shit for you. Motherfuckers don't do shit for you, man. And you end up out here on the street, limbs blown all off and shit. Holding signs and shit, dirty as fuck. It's not cool. This motherfucker just lost his fucking leg and his fucking arm, rolling around in a fucking wheelchair all damn day, and you guys fucking give him like $300-$400 a month. Like, what can he do with that except fucking drink his fucking memories away or shoot that shit up? Like, what the fuck can he do with that shit for? Especially out here in San Jose, you can't even rent a fucking room with that shit. That's like 3 days in a motel room. Or the type of motel room a veteran deserves. Not cool, not cool. Lord Jesus is coming and he is pissed. Yeah, I believe it's definitely gonna be some changes on this planet. After this fucking bullshit. It can't last too long. Yes, Lisa, but I can push it. Ever had electricity in their arms from their elbows down to their fingers? I think I know what you're talking. Only like when I hit it though a certain way. When I hit it a certain way, yeah. Like what did I call it? The funny bone or some shit. Yeah, and they have our frequencies recorded. They have our frequencies recorded, no doubt. They recorded our frequencies when we were in school. They locked in on our frequencies when we were little kids, just little kids and shit. And we had to go to the bungalows to put those earphones on and shit. And we had to fucking raise our hands when we heard those beeps and shit. They got us locked in on our frequencies for sure. government files. Luckily, I didn't. I didn't know what I was doing when I was a kid. Like I thought, I was just raising my hand at anything and shit. Like I would, they'd be like, I was trying to get me a set of hearing aids. My glass, like I wanted the glasses and shit, cause I thought that shit like, when you're a kid and shit, like you be thinking certain shit look cool that really doesn't look cool. Like I know I wanted me a pair of glasses, and I wanted, I would fucking like they'd be like, cover your eye and what letters do you see? I'd be calling a F like a B. Oh shit. Excuse me, that's legitimate. They caught me in the when I was doing the eye shit. They knew I was bullshitting. They caught me up in that. But the hearing test, like, hey, what's going on, Steve? Uh, what's TBH? Uh, oh, I'm scared to even make a video about this. No one will believe it. Is it even worth wasting my time? I believe it is, man. You have to keep some type of fucking. I think you have to keep some type of fucking trail, man. And it's not like you gotta pay attention to everything, bro. Just pay attention to what they're fucking repeating. Pay attention to what they're fucking doing repetitively, man. And get a fucking, get a SD card if you don't want to upload it, and a memory card. And just keep it on your memory card, man. That way, if anything happens, like on your part or their part, like you got, you know, it's one thing for, like, like me, for instance. It's one thing for like a person to blow off like 3 or 4 cars with one headlight, but when you got them coming at you from every direction, following you, coming towards you. Um, just everywhere, all directions. And every time you get out and confront them and you ask them, like, what's going on? Why are you following me? They smile at you and say, oh, I'm not following you. Oh, is my headlight out? Or they'll fucking turn on the headlight and say, oh, my headlight's not out. And then you go check and now both of them are on and shit. Like, that's psychological warfare. They'll never fucking admit it. Like they'll fucking, they've got some type of fucking loophole. Obviously, police aren't gonna fucking tend to you and shit. But I know if it was me, if it was me following somebody with a headlight, man, they fucking pull me out at gunpoint and shit. Ask me if I'm a terrorist. Ask me why I'm following this person. Ask me if I know this person. Like, and then I'm telling them no, they'll fucking run me through the loops. Then, probably even go to jail for the shit, until I'm proven innocent or whatever the fuck. So these people are getting away with like some serious. Look at this one tail light. These people are getting away with some serious shit, man. This is psychological warfare. Like a person could snap and literally go crazy and kill somebody. Like, and the police are, they're promoting this shit. They're encouraging it. They're participating in it. They're big participants in this shit. So what we have is a fucking corrupt law system. We have a corrupt law system, and this corrupt law system is teaching these fucking nobodies a bunch of fucking corrupt skills. that could be used with good and should be used for good and are supposed to be used for good, but now they're in fucking a bunch of corrupt civilians' hands and shit. If this program was to ever end, these people still have the fucking knowledge that police have, somewhat military knowledge, that know how to follow people, that know how to spy on people, that know how to fucking surveil people and shit. These are regular fucking nobodies, kids and shit. Like, they're gonna grow up doing criminal shit. They're gonna grow up, and it's in a way, it seems like it's a new way of life. And like they're getting, just like they're getting everybody used to this fucking social distancing and shit. It's just another part of the web. They're getting everybody used to following people and shit, and snitching on people for this fucking so-called, what is it? Uh, some type of social credit or some bullshit. But it all seems like it's all coming together. That's all. It's like a part of the plan that can't be stopped. We can't stop the 5G. We can't stop these motherfuckers from following us. Now they're already training people into social distancing and shit. Oh man, the puzzle is coming together. The puzzle is finally being put together. It's been in motion for a long time. The pieces just weren't coming slow, but now they're coming faster and faster. Instead of one person instead of one person putting the puzzle together, the whole family sitting at the table putting that motherfucker together now. And everything's coming together. Trust is a massive word in the world of a targeted individual. Yeah, definitely. In the world, period, but definitely in the world of a targeted individual. My birthday is coming up on Good Friday. Hopefully, God will take us on my birthday. I asked him for this. He said, asking you shall receive, right? Yeah, man. Happy birthday, man. Guys, I'm gonna front X off. I just spoke with him. He's safe. Oh, definitely good to hear. Definitely. It's not funny, but I always laugh at crazy things. I'm like, Nabby, I don't mean to laugh at my own demise, but how else do I react to 5G death tower that's directly over my house? Oh man, you gotta move. That's you gotta react or sleep outside, bro. Get you a tent and sleep outside. Cause most likely that 5G is turning up everything in your house, man. Any device you got, man, that shit is fucking like smart meters, all that shit. Like you're cooking, especially you're right up under that, man. You gotta. I would sleep outside. You're safe. Get a tent. Um, as a matter of fact, I was just watching somebody, Flurburn, yesterday. She was talking about that. She was actually doing it. Um, get you a tent, man, and sleep outside and see how that shit works. Just test it out and see how it works, man. I don't know if you got a backyard or what have you. If you got a backyard or I don't know, just go camping or some shit and just test it out, bro. If you feel better, then you know that's what it is. You can't be in that house or you're gonna have to get rid of some of your devices. I don't know what type of shit. Like you got hella smart TVs and shit like that, but all that smart shit is cooking you. And our phone, well, my phone personally is not a 5G phone. So that 5G is gonna be kicking up this motherfucker. You feel me? It's still not gonna be 5G, but it's gonna be pushing it. This anybody with like 4Gs and shit is gonna be pushing that shit to the max, and you're gonna be getting all types of fucking radiation from your phone and shit, like radiation that your phone can't even like these phones can't even handle. Like you know, they'll probably end up fucking up within the within a couple few 4 or 5 months after 5G is fully you know implemented because they got a lot of ads right now for people to come trade their phone in for 5G phones and shit. Because they know this shit's gonna end up fucking up soon after the fucking shit is implemented. It's not funny, but I always laugh at crazy things. I'm like, Nappy, I don't mean to laugh at my own demise, but how else do I react to 5G? Yeah, bro. Stressing over the shit. And we're humans, so we're gonna stress a little bit, but stressing all the time over the shit is really not doing us any good. It's doing us more harm than it's doing us good. It's just helping the technology usher the bullshit in. And excuse me, that's legitimate. And most of us do have higher powers and shit, so we're gonna be all right, man. Whether we die, whether we die or we live on. If we die, it's just another chapter, man. It's just another chapter we're gonna go through. Our spirit is gonna go somewhere else. You know, if you're not an ultimate bad person, if you haven't done the most fucking hideous things, and you've asked for if you've made normal you know, human mistakes, I'm pretty sure you have no worries. I think rapists and serial murderers and child traffickers and shit like that, like they have something to worry about. But for the most part, I don't think we have anything to worry about. As long as you keep your relationship tight with your higher power, and do the right thing, do what's right. I was in Oregon a couple years ago. I'm in Kansas City. We left. This is silly as hell. Glitch your hand. Yeah, it is silly. It's silly. And it's even a nurse. It's a nurse. She explains it. She breaks it down that the shit is bullshit. Like she was saying, like if viruses lasted that long, like she was like, people with AIDS, like all viruses are pretty much the same. They're not living organisms. Like they only live inside of, you know, whatever they're in. Like they have to have a host. Like in the air, like that shit dies. That's why AIDS is like you can't catch AIDS. Like if it's outside the body, like you can't catch AIDS. Like You could literally walk like, and I know it sounds nasty, you know. If you don't like nasty sounding things, you might want to cover your ears. But like, you know, somebody could with AIDS could be bleeding on a countertop, and you walk by and you know scoop their blood up with your finger, and you know take, I mean lick their blood off your finger and shit. Like you're not gonna catch AIDS because that shit is dead. Even if you're bleeding out of your gums or you're cut somewhere in your mouth, like the AIDS is dead. Like you're not gonna catch it. I'm not saying do it and try it and shit, but you know, I don't think anybody would. But yeah, why? At least he's got some, at least his hands are occupied. His hands are occupied. He had to give me some type of noises, some type of wild, sexual, beastly noises. Fucking nasty bastard, man. And this is what it sounds like on a Sunday. I keep thinking about Xmas every day. I don't know why. I don't even like Xmas. Yeah, maybe they're hitting you with some sensitized bullshit, or you know, subconsciously with an accelerant. Yeah, damn, they're putting the motherfuckers up all over the place. It's this one cat that I know. I remember his name. I'm sure if you type in cell towers being put up during coronavirus, during curfew or something, like a bunch of them will pop up. But a name, there's this dude named the most hated blogger. He was one of them. Well, he was filming them putting up cell towers and shit during curfew. He was like, I don't give a fuck if they catch me, they catch me. But they're on like literally lockdown curfew, I think, where he's at. Like so, that's different. What's your opinion of the camera and the pupil could be connected to one eye symbolism or all seeing eye? Yeah, I believe. Well, I definitely believe they see through our eyes and hear through our ears and shit. I mean, technology is just way too advanced, and you know we're electrical beings, so there's no way in the world that they haven't came up with fucking any type of technology. Like these people are mad scientists, man. Like these people make fucking cars that you can fucking, you know, fucking touch with your finger and start. Like touch with your finger and unlock. Like technology is just, you know, cars that drive by themselves, and you know, there's no way in the world that you have to be completely idiotic to believe like or to know that we're electrical beings and they haven't found some way to remote, you know, neural monitor us. Like it's just it's easy mathematics, common sense. And you don't really have to be smart to understand. I actually installed a regular security camera in the back of my car. It was funny. Nobody would stay behind me. Took it out, but I had fun with it for a while. Yeah, they definitely like. That's why I say like if you get any security cameras, it's best to get. And they can probably still take them out, but I think it'd be a little harder for them to access it. Like they would literally have to shoot something at your, camera to look. This dude got no headlights. They would literally have to fucking shoot something at your camera and damage it, like some type of frequency and damage it because they wouldn't be able to stop it. They could probably shoot like a frequency and fucking, wreck your camera or you know, distort the picture and shit. But as far as remotely turning them off and all that bullshit, well, actually, they probably can since they probably, they had to do that shit in the day when they first created that shit. So they probably have some type of, but I don't think it was advanced that advanced back then. I don't think it was that advanced. Like I don't think they creeped out of shit like that back then, but they probably did. That was before I realized I was being gang stalked. I thought there was some kind of private investigator following me around, so I decided to report them. I don't even care anymore. I know they ain't gonna stop, so I just ignore as much as I can. Yeah, that's the best bet. But it's always good to have something, bro. Just the back you have some type of fucking foot trail. You know, something that might help in the long run. This guy's an acrobat. Well said, Jesus will be back.